Hi everyone, it's Claudia Granoff at Fortis and Haven. Yes, that's Fortin and Haven, strength and comfort. They're Latin words that were started by a couple that were the founders of this company, and sadly his mom passed away from cancer. I have cancer. I was also an intensive care nurse for years and years. So I'm so glad that I found them and that we connected, because they're a wonderful couple. And their little girl was also sick when she was little. She had a condition and she had intermittent trips to the hospital constantly, needing IV infusions. So until they had and were able to do the surgery on her. So again, Claudia Granoff at Fortis and Haven, the executive account manager for this great adaptive clothing company. We have clothing adaptive shirts for IV infusions, for ports, for mastectomies. We open up, we have hoodies, we have shirts that have the full zipper, that have the half zipper. You can get the hoodie or not the hoodie with the full zipper with the mastectomy bags on inside of each pocket. So I hope you can hear me. I wanted to show you how great these adaptive shirts are. I also have a channel on YouTube. It's called At Living Healthy Through Cancer. Again, At Living Healthy Through Cancer. And I will post both the fortisandhaven.com site, and I will also post this video both on my Claudia Granoff account on Facebook and my Pampered Chef, Claudia's Kitchen at Pampered Chef on Facebook, but it will also be on the Reels, on the Threads, on the TikTok, on the Instagram. So you'll find it everywhere, but please go to my site on YouTube at Living Healthy Through Cancer. I will show you everything about these amazing adaptive shirts with Fortis and Haven. Okay, so I was a nurse for almost 30 years, an intensive care nurse, and sadly I became very ill with a lot of different conditions, lots of surgeries, liver mass surgeries, 2 strokes, my second bout of cancer, etc., etc. So I was in and out of hospital a lot in the last 28 years. And there were things that I wish I'd had then that this company provides for you, for any patient, your loved one, yourself, if you have cancer, if you have dialysis, if you have any condition that you have to be hospitalized for on a continuous level, or you're going to your doctor's offices and having lab work, or in the hospital having your cancer treatments, or they always take your blood pressure at the doctor's office, at the hospital, at the infusion centers. So they also have these IV Pro bars these days where you can get infused with nutrients, dehydration, migraines even. So I'll tell you a little bit about it later, but let's focus on Fortis and Haven now, the company that I work for. Great adaptive shirts. So I always tell people when they go to the hospital or they're in a friend's house, always keep organized and keep a backpack readily available where you can just grab it. Well, inside this backpack, obviously your glasses, and inside this backpack is also the amazing adaptive shirts. They come in pink. Look at that beautiful pink, right? They come in pink. They come in this grayish color, and this is a male size, okay? So they have small, medium, and large. This would be a large for men, okay? You can keep them in your backpack. They fit beautifully. They don't wrinkle. They're washable, but let me show you how great they are. So I go to the hospital and I have this tiny little shirt, or I go in for my treatments. I'm gonna be cold, whether I have a long sleeve, whether I don't. Every time you are infused with any kind of IV treatments, you tend to get really cold because the infusion cools the body down. So you need something nice and warm, and this is definitely nice and warm. These are the adaptive shirts that are incredible. The founders of the company came up with this company because they saw his mother suffer through the IV treatments, and his daughter, every time, she was so little, and we have children's sizes too. She was so little, and it was so awful having to take their clothing off and on and off and on to change everything, to take her to the bathroom, anything of the sort. So look how nice that fits. Now, there are hidden zippers on these shirts. Let me close this up. Let me close this up. And they're so stylish. Look at that. We have the half a zipper, we have the full zipper, we have the hoodie, we have the mastectomy shirts coming with a full zipper, and you open it up and you have the mastectomy JP tubes for any kind of surgery that you may have for cancer or any other condition. These are great for the hospital. They're cozy, they're warm, and let me show you what else is great about them. I love it. Look, it's got the little pockets. I like to get the medium for myself, even though I'm tiny and I'm small. I like to get the medium so it covers me all the way down to my bottom. Sadly, I've been to the hospital way too many times. It was nicer when I was a nurse because I could take care of patients and help them through their really tough times. But as a patient, I know how much you need these when you're in the hospital. They have the very cold gowns. You're always asking for 1,000 blankets, at least if you're like me and you're always cold, and especially when you get IV fluids, you're gonna be cold anyway. And you're gonna get shivers, which are called rigors. But look how these are hidden zippers. You can't see them anywhere, can you? Okay, and so it looks like a normal shirt, so you'll feel normal in a hospital. You don't have to have visitors coming in, seeing you in those ugly green or blue gowns at the hospital, and they're so cold anyway. So look at the great thing about it. If you go to your infusions at a treatment center, or you have IVs at home and you have home care services or these IV Pro places, I have a great one that I can recommend you to that actually goes to your home and is mobile. They'll go to your work, to your home, whichever. But most of you are going to be in the hospital setting or a treatment center or a dialysis center. So look how great. They're comfy, they're washable, they're warm as all. The fabric is phenomenal. So again, you can zip this up, stay nice and warm. You can zip it down, have a little, stylish form. And when you are in the hospital and you're getting your IVs, whether they're ports, and check this out, see how much that opens up. You have your little spaghetti strap, or you have your gown underneath if the doctors have to have you on it. But this saves you from having to take your shirt off, put it back on, put it off, on. If the doctor has to come, you can get the zipper ones. They can take your heart rate from here. They can listen to your lungs. It's thin enough that they can hear your heart rate. They can hear your lungs. And at the same time, it's thick enough to keep you nice and warm. But look how hidden these zippers are, and yet look how great they open up. So say you have a port here like I used to, and they're gonna have to clean it up. The nurses are gonna have to open this up and have an area where they can clean it up. You don't have to worry when you're going in for your treatments, oh, what am I gonna wear? I'm gonna be freezing, but I don't wanna wear a sweater because it's gonna cover my port area. They're gonna have trouble getting my blood pressure, through the big sweater. I'm gonna have to pull it up, or I'm gonna have to take it off. And you don't wanna be freezing in a little spaghetti shirt like I have. So these are great. You could just pull this down. There's a big area here where they can clean it up. They could put the dressing, and look how great this is. Once they attach you to whatever infusion they have to attach you, whether it's iron, a cancer treatment, dialysis treatment, and you need IV fluids through it, whatever you need, antibiotics, rehydration, then you can close it like that, and the little catheter will be coming from here. And if the catheter is a little lower, you just pull it down a little bit, and you take the top zipper and pull it down. You have a tiny little hole where the IV comes through. And one of the greatest thing, and look, we have both ports. We have this side as well. We have zippers on both sides. Look how large that is. See that? They can get to the port. I had a port here, I had a port here. So either side, if you're gonna get your loved one of these, I would get them with all the zippers, because you never know who's gonna have a port when, and these can last them for a long time. They're washable, they don't wrinkle. Did you see how I had it in my backpack for a while and it didn't wrinkle? Now, we have the zippers for the IVs, okay? If you don't have a port, look how awesome that is. It's all the way down. It has this beautiful cuff that you can hold on to. They can do your IV here. You can turn your arm. They can do your IV here. Wherever they're going to place your IV, then you can take the top zipper. I'm just looking over there so I could see it. And obviously the nurses are going to be doing this, so it's going to be easier. It's not you that's going to be doing it. So you pull it down to wherever your IV is, and you pull it back up, okay? So there you go, the catheter comes out. Your visitors come in. If you're in your home and you're being infused, and your children come home or your loved ones come over to make sure you're okay, everything is hidden. So you look normal, you look like, you don't look scary, especially to your children. You look like you just have a shirt on, and they won't even see all the catheters coming out of you because there's little holes and long zippers. Now, every time you go to your doctor's office, yes, every single time, we have to take a blood pressure on you. So the nurses, instead of you having to take your shirt up or down or pull your shirt up and then it doesn't go all the way up, and you want to get an accurate blood pressure. So I have my own pulse here as a nurse. See? And so they go in, they can put the cuff on here. You just open it up, obviously. And I'm just going to put this as though I'm having a blood pressure, okay? But they're going to be able to take this all the way out. See that? And then they're going to, because this is the way it's going to come in the hospital anyway. So they're going to be able to pull it right through the shirt. And sorry, it's me. The nurses would be able to do this a lot easier than on myself, right? So they put the little thing back. In the hospital, they don't have the ones like this one that you fit through this little area. They just have the regular cuffs that open up completely for children, and they have all kinds of sizes, whether it's for little adults like me or little kids or little children. But look, you have your cuff, all right? These come through here. You pull this down, and look at this. If you're in the hospital, a lot of times they have to leave your blood pressure cuffs up. So you can actually, I can't get the zippers right now because of, the nurses would be helping you. But it closes up. And then these little things come out in between the two zippers. And then they need to take it off, if you're just in an office or you're getting your treatments and they just need a quick blood pressure, they can just take it off. And instead of you having to take your shirt off or not being able to get right to your skin so that they can get an accurate blood pressure, there it is, okay? And since I'm doing this by myself, it's a little awkward than if I were doing it on a patient. But see, so they have the open one, so you don't even have to go through this. Hang on a second. There you go. So they have the blood pressure cuff on you. They just pull it out. You don't have to take your shirt off. You don't have to put your shirt back on. They're wonderful, and they're cozy, and they're human. It just is such a great feeling to feel human instead of all these gowns, and be able to hide all your catheters or your blood pressure cuffs. So when you have family coming over, if you're getting infused at home, if your family comes in and your children, especially, children of adults that have cancer or any other kind of illnesses, it's a very, very scary scene unless you're a nurse like I am, or you've been in and out of the hospital. And even in and out of the hospital, if you're not in the medical field, it's a very, very scary place to be. So these are terrific. They make you feel human. They make you feel real instead of those cold gowns. And you can hide everything so that you can look at yourself and feel normal, like you're just sitting at home. All right, everything and anything that can help your loved ones or yourself are terrific. So go to Fortis and Haven, Fortis and A-N-D, Haven, Haven, fortisandhaven.com, and check out all the colors, check out all the shirts. But definitely email me with any questions, or you can comment on this video with any questions whatsoever, okay? My email is Claudia, Claudia .Granoff, my last name, G-R-A-N as in Nancy, O-F-F as in Frank, at fortisandhaven.com, okay? So it's Claudia.Granoff at fortisandhaven.com, and I will also put it in the comments section. Email me anytime with questions. I will even pass you my phone number if you need to speak with me, and I will answer all your questions. anything that you have. So this is Fortis, strength, because it gives you strength, it gives you warmth and comfort. Fortis and Haven, Latin words for strength and comfort. And they definitely will make a huge difference in your life and in your loved one's life. All right, I love you guys. Claudia Granoff at Fortis and Haven, and please check these videos out on my YouTube channel at Living Healthy Through Cancer. I love all of you. Please be kind. I'm doing a fundraiser right now for my late son, whose Remembrance Day is Monday. So go check it out on my YouTube channel, but definitely check these out. The fundraiser will be in order to be able to get people to donate these shirts and or a gift certificate for the shirts. So just go on my website. If you go on there and you want to buy an adaptive shirt for a loved one or for yourself, just go to fortisandhaven.com, and at checkout there will be a code box. You could just put Be Kind, BEKIND 26. Again, Be Kind, BEKIND 26, and either put your address, your loved one's address, or just put donation, and we will take it to different cancer foundations. But Fortis and Haven, we try to make the best and help all our patients and those in need that are hurting and going through really tough journeys. All right, as my son said in his last words on Facebook, remember to be kind. I love you guys. Have a great day. Okay. I love you guys. Fortisandhaven.com. If you have any questions, email me. All of it will be on the comment section. Please like, subscribe for free, comment, anything, any questions, I'll be there. Bye-bye.